Welcome back, and tonight the Matric class of 2021 is set to receive its national senior certificate results. Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga will announce the results at a ceremony at the SABC studios in Johannesburg. The country's 9 provinces will then release their respective results tomorrow morning. This morning, the minister is hosting top achievers at a breakfast session at the Houghton Hotel, and this is what happened earlier.
That the 2021 matriculants are a class of their own. Because we need to understand and appreciate the magnitude of having a top learner in 2021. It's a class that really got the best of COVID. They right way in the middle of it. They didn't have full grade 10 in 2010. In 2010, they didn't have a full grade 11. Here they are in 21, having to write a paper which was set 3 years back before there was COVID. So we really are. Because this paper, the exam you said for, had no eyes. It's not aware that you were wearing masks and that things are tough. It just assumes that everything is normal. So you really are a class of your own. As I say, the class of 21 is literally and figuratively a class of its own. It is the only class so far that studied for 2 consecutive years under the state of disaster to mitigate against COVID-19 spread. And I really, when I look at you, I want to say, thanks God we made it. Don't you feel so that, we made it. And thanks God we're here, you've survived, and now you're amongst the top learners in the country. So thank you very much for really making us this proud. So this breakfast in your honor, it's one of our key days in our calendar as a family to convert here to celebrate our top learners in public schools. Because in honoring top learners, it is a gesture for a large and complex system as ours. It's huge. With almost 1 million learners writing, part-time, but almost 870,000 learners writing. So it's a huge system and quite complex because it really has to accommodate all other differences, rural, urban, rich, poor, all forms of disabilities, both economic, physical, and financial. So indeed, it's a great honor for me to stand before you and thank you very much and honor you and celebrate your efforts of being a selected few amongst the others. You should know that you are towering high. It's not a small feat. As I say, we had more than 800,000 people sitting for exams. And I don't think I have more than 20 of you. More than 800,000. So we are the 20 amongst the more than 800,000 learners. So it's huge, it's big. So you must give yourselves. Because it provides us with a rare opportunity to celebrate excellence in our basic education system and paying attention to the best of the best that we have for the year in the system. So you are indeed the best of the best that we have in the system. Because we know that it's not a child's play to become a top learner in the largest public examination in the region. There's no system as big as ours in SADC. And to be a top learner in our system, it's a big achievement. So I want to congratulate our top learners again for setting the bar very high. And we know, as the Deputy Minister said, there is an exhausted teacher elsewhere because our teachers in all of this had to be around. No Saturdays, no weekends, no holidays, just trying to either compensate for time losses, but also to give you the best and get the best out of you. So we want to thank our teachers. We want to thank our principals also, who are driving forces in best schools. Our caregivers and parents, I really want to thank you most sincerely, parents, for supporting your children, because without your support, really, we can achieve very little as the sector. So thank you very much for the support and even taking the time to accompany your children to this breakfast. I know you have other things that you would have wanted to do, but thank you very much. Because we know that through thick and thin, you persevered until the end. But we are proud that we have given also as a sector a solid foundation to allow you to keep on climbing the mountains of life. As we know, public schooling teaches beyond academics. It incorporates teaching about life and building a truly democratic, non-racial, non-sexist, united and prosperous society based on justice and equality. And I really want to urge our top learners that to continue to appreciate the process of basic education, because it is your proud history and part of your life forever. I always tell young people that in the positions that we are, I think even the CFO, even if you interview a doctor, we want their Matric certificate, which I find it sometimes embarrassing, because sometimes you find that the person has recovered, is it not so? Maybe they had difficulties in grade 12, then they're making it as doctors, but we want from their Matric certificate. And if it shows the 30%, you just ask yourself, can I trust this one that this PhD? And you even scratch deeper to say, hey, I hope no one wrote this PhD for them. Right? But with you, your certificate it's going to make you smile forever. You will even be proud to tell your children that when I was in Matric, I was in the top learners of the Matric. The minister of that year invited me for breakfast. So it's a history that you're going to be proud of for the rest of your lives. So I really think you must appreciate that it's your proud history. It's your proud history. Of all the things right and wrong that you've done, I don't think there's anything more important than this one. It's a proud history. So after 12 years, we assume that we have mastered the arts of knowledge acquisition, that we're teaching acquisition. Now we are going to get into a stage where you are going to be producing knowledge. So expect engineers, expect researchers from you, so it's another level that you're going into. And amongst others, we also hope, because again, as I said, the best of the best, so we're putting everything on you now. We're putting our hopes, our dreams, our aspirations, both as a country, as your families, but even for yourselves, to say, now that you stood high, all the other big virtues will come with you. You're going to be kind towards other people. You're going to continue to be good men, because I always know that I don't even have to say be good, because you couldn't be here if you were not good. I just say remain good. We also believe as a country and as a nation that we believe that it takes a village to raise a child. So which means the child is a child of the village, of the nation. So you are children of the nation. So it means you are the flowers of this nation. But also as the ruling party, we always believe that education is a societal need or a societal issue. And that's why I'm very proud and grateful that parents are here. So as you begin your journey, because in the evening I'm not going to be able to talk to you again. So I don't know how they say in other languages. When you part with you must give your parting shot. So Galilaya, I don't know what, I don't know what's ring. Say ya language. The parting shots. Because this is the end of the road between us and yourselves. So I really want to appeal to you, because as I say, you carry the hopes of the nation. You couldn't be here if you were an ordinary child. You carry the future of this country. You carry the hopes of this country, and you carry the aspirations of this country, of your parents, your families, but also for yourselves. I sometimes, when young people talk about service delivery, I said, also deliver for yourself, Shemuna. Let's see what else, what's the best you can produce for yourself, so that we can see where we dispatch on. But you really have delivered well for yourselves, and we say now deliver for the nation. So as you begin your journey towards adulthood, history demands you to espouse values of hard work, which you have, of honesty, of truth, of integrity, humility, and selflessness. We are saying to you, march to victory and conquer. Become the better versions of the best that you are. Was to be a top learner of the class of 2021, which, as I say, it's a very special class. You are indeed the epitome that success comes at a price, because it will not have been easy. Even for parents, they have to contain their fears that their children will be infected, their children will be in danger, but you really hoped that the best will happen, either pray or worked hard to make sure that the best happens. So thank you very much also for that. And indeed, I'm honored to be amongst the best of the best in the schooling system. And remember, but posterity will remember you for setting the bar high. So it's also a big responsibility. It's huge. So even your schools, actually, we all monitor where our top learners are. So don't feel haunted that we're going to be following up, but because you've proven to be amongst the best, we follow you with interest to say where things have gone. Because you have sent a profound message to all South African children that under different circumstances, despite any other difficulties, you can make it. If you persevere, you hard work, you humble yourself and respect. So through your stellar performance, you have demonstrated that total discipline is everything. As you know, I think so, time management, I always learn a lot in terms of from these young people. I ask them, how did you make it? I say, I manage my time. So, it reminds me, time management was disciplined. I always woke up, again, discipline. So you really show all the good things that I think life says about success. So on behalf of the Minister of Basic Education and all provincial education MECs, we want to congratulate you on your awesome, inspiring achievements. I want to thank you all for your discipline, for your focus, and your relentless pursuit of excellence under very difficult conditions. From now, as I said earlier, you are the true ambassadors of schooling. So it's not, as I say, the interest we have in you shouldn't threaten you to say, oh my goodness me, what a burden. It's because you've already proven to be different. We have a huge interest in you, in your future, and we wish the best for you. So I want to wish you all the best, even beyond. And always remember that if you want something which we have demonstrated, you do all it takes to get it right. I really want to say, again, continue not to be scared of greatness. I wish you well in your future endeavors. And want to repeat that don't forget that you are just the best of the best that this country has. You're the best amongst the best. You carry the hopes of the nation. You carry the future of the nation. You carry the prosperity of this nation in your hands. For your families, for yourselves, but also for the nation. And we want to really say, please continue to be the best of the people that you are currently. And thanks for being very good children. I know you're going to be very good citizens, good adults, good professionals, and just please remain like you are. But I also want, again, to thank our sponsors. We're always very grateful to have very giving sponsors and supporters from the private sector, because on our own as a sector, we will not have all the necessary resources, including the expertise, to do some of the work that we're supposed to be doing. So I want to thank MTN for the breakfast. Thank Horton for hosting us. In the evening, again, when we meet you, because there won't be talking time now, we'll be speaking to the nation, so I won't be able to speak to you. There won't be time to be really saying goodbyes to you and thanking you. So that's why we normally host this breakfast, to really thank you on behalf of all the other learners in the system, to say, we know it was not easy. It was really not easy. Most of you never had weekends, Saturdays, evenings. It was tough to really have to make up for time lost in 2020, time lost, because basically you didn't have even grade 11 as compared to last year's class. So thank you very much for really making us proud and for carrying our hopes as a nation, and wish you well in the future, and say, please continue to make us proud. And to parents, thank you very much for supporting your children. To caregivers, thank you very much for supporting the children. But also to our teachers and principals, we want to thank them most sincerely for supporting the children. It's a pity CFO Keith didn't have to sing. He's one of the best tenors in the country. So it's a pity that we have to make him a program director. But thank you very much, program director.
Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga says the 2021 Matric cohort are in a class of their own. I wonder if that means we can expect an improvement on last year's 76.2%, which was a 5.1% percentage down from the 2019 result. Of course, COVID-19 and the hard lockdown taken into consideration, but just wonder how it will compare with that result released by the IEB sector yesterday of 98.39. Of course, we'll find all of that out this evening at 6 p.m.